What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. The highly anticipated numbers finally came out. I want to go over some of the data points and how Wall Street might interpret them. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. On a side note, hopefully everyone had a good New Year's. Here's to having a epic 2026 for NIO and all of you as investors and all the other fun jazz. And hopefully these numbers, Wall Street does interpret them as positive, and then that way we can kind of kickstart 2026 in the green. But getting right to it, they did provide their December, also Q4, and full year 2025 numbers. All generally good stuff. So the December numbers came in at 48,135. That is an increase of 55% year over year. The quarterly numbers, so this is the ones that they gave some very ambitious targets on, and so that came in at 124,807. That is an increase of about 72%, and I did post this on social media, and so ultimately management did guide very ambitiously though 150,000. Their most recent earnings, they did guide between 120 to 125. So technically within range, but of course, I think we can all agree that Wall Street hates NIO completely, right? And so ultimately, as good of numbers as these are, Wall Street might actually see these numbers as falling short. Again, it doesn't logically make sense, but that's kind of what happens with NIO, unfortunately. So I think in general, they're making some pretty damn good progress, but I think Wall Street might actually see this, oddly enough, as a negative. I think overall, though, tomorrow will be a fairly volatile day, so we will be seeing some nice spikes. Whether that sticks or not, I guess that depends on if shorts decide to actually stick around and kind of pester NIO. But aside from that, they did also have 326,000 and change in deliveries in 2025. So that is an increase of 46.9%. So I think overall pretty good stuff. Here's a little bit more of a breakdown for the December numbers. So they did do about just shy of 32,000 for NIO, 9,100 for Onvo, and then 7,000 for Firefly. So Firefly definitely is improving quite a lot. Same with Onvo. So I think generally a lot of their brands have a lot of good demand. And over the next several quarters, these numbers should have solid double-digit growth year over year. So in general, as I've mentioned in the past, what happens operationally does not always roll over to the stock price. So this is why sometimes you do see some signs of manipulation and all that. But I think overall, these numbers are on point. The only other thing I wanted to kind of mention was this. So it looks like they have a battery swap route, and that is from Yunnan, if I'm saying that right, to Tibet. So good stuff. We did have William live stream that roughly around 7 a.m. where they did do, I guess, a test route of that. So yeah, I think generally good stuff for that. I don't know if this among itself is a good reason to buy NIO or a reason to sell, but I think the big thing for tomorrow and over the next couple of trading days is going to be these numbers. And then again, as if shorts decide to wake up or not. So going into Friday, 8.15% of the free float's being shorted, works out to be 166 million shares overall being shorted. And the overnight trading is going to be opening in about 2 hours, so we'll be able to see exactly how kind of the market does interpret these numbers. But like I said, we should be seeing a lot of volatility, a lot of spikes. Some key levels to watch for though, with it currently at 510, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. So I'm looking at the 1-day chart on a side note. So these are very strong support and resistance points. So 526, that's going to be the big deal for Friday, whether it can actually close above that or not. If not, then most likely you could see some further consolidation and yeah, a lot of volatility, but overall that's kind of what is going to happen. Luckily enough, Friday it did, I guess Wednesday did land on that 200-day moving average. So 507 is going to be a key level that it needs to also hold. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. Just wanted to kind of pop on, do a quick video, or go over some of their numbers. stay tuned for my video for Friday where I go over some of the data and what big money is actually doing with this information. So let me know your thoughts on all that. Hopefully everyone had a sweet and epic New Year's. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily, day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.